Morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning. It
You have a good weekend?
was a good weekend. We got a lot of work done on the house. We've been renovating one of the bathrooms, one of the quintessential homeowner upgrades. Tore out all of the old crappy vinyl flooring, new tile, had to fix walls, move light fixtures, install all new stuff.
All this weekend, or that's been a project you've been working on?
A couple weekends that we've been doing it, but we did the last big touches this weekend.
Nice.
That felt
You got
very,
family around
very satisfying.
Do you have family around here, mom or anything like that?
No, my parents are in Texas, but we have a very strained relationship and we're not speaking.
Okay.
And then my ex-wife is in San Leandro, so she sort of got her Mother's Day. She got the kids back on Friday, so she got to spend Mother's Day with the kids, which is great.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah,
You guys watch any more Star Wars before they left?
we got through episodes 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 4, 5, then went back into 2, 3.
Nice.
He rewatched 5 with the rest of the family because they hadn't seen it. So he was actually stoked that he was ahead of everybody. Now he's going to watch 6. I think tonight or last night maybe he was going to watch it.
Uh-huh.
Then 7, 8, 9, and then he's going to go back through the whole thing. He was telling me yesterday he's going to go back through the whole thing, but starting at 1 this time. So he hasn't. Yeah, I told him, he's like, 1 is terrible. Like, it doesn't drive the plot forward at all. So just ignore
I
it.
love the pod racers though.
Yeah, I said that's the best part. It's just the pod race. Like, other than that, it's terrible. And so he's like, okay, I got it. 1 is terrible. So but he still wants to see it.
He's gonna be like, shit, I kind of liked 1. I can't tell Dad.
But no, he's totally in on the Chevy order. He's like, okay, yeah, 4, 5, 2, 3. Now he's going to 6, 7, 8, 9 were pretty good. So he watch those after that, and then it's a good excuse for him to go back and rewatch everything.
Nice.
And then
that's gonna be a funny transition going from 6 to 7, as far as like special effects and stuff. You know.
Oh, it's good. Well, already going from like 5 to 2 is different.
But a much bigger jump going from what was the 6? Was that like 80s or 90s?
It was early. No, it was 80s.
Early 80s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was mid to early.
I just knew it was a part of my childhood, and I couldn't remember if that was because like it was a part of Dad and he brought it into me, or if it was.
The first one, episode 4, came out just before I was born. I was born in '79.
Oh
so,
wow!
I think it came out like '77, '78.
Okay.
When you go back and you watch it, you actually it's amazing how good the effects were.
Yes.
Because it was all real objects. It was all miniatures. They did. That's why that movie's so special. But yeah, he like totally gets the whole consistency of characters across the arc of everything. It's pretty good. Well, our live stream isn't working. It gets some days the live stream just doesn't work for whatever reason.
How has that been going for workouts and stuff?
It's so inconsistent because I can't seem to. Certain times of day it's tough, or I try to clearing my cache and all this stuff. It doesn't matter. Just sometimes Zoom doesn't talk to Facebook well enough. Sometimes it's perfectly seamless. I'm just going to try it again really quickly. But for this past week, it's been just fine on the classes. See, I get to this point and I get to a black screen with a little infinitely swirling who's a fuzz. Yeah, it's not working today. It's all right. It's not the end of the world.
Don't worry.
We're still, it automatically does record these, and so I've been uploading them. So we've got, I think that's more important, really.
Yeah, to make it available.
Yeah, we have it available for people later. And it's building, if you look at our video on our YouTube page, we've got like a great archive of stuff now.
Nice.
So that's all good. How was your weekend? Did you do Mother's Day stuff?
I had an awesome weekend. We took the Jeep up to Reading, and went and did some exploring up there. Nothing crazy, but just like some fire roads and stuff, which was nice because it was kind of the first shakedown run since the build. And yeah, it was just good to get out in nature. We were right in the forest where the Carr fire hit the worst.
Oh yeah.
And so, man, I was actually really impressed with how much greenery can come back in 2 years.
It's incredible. Yeah,
Like,
living in Colorado for a few years, you see all these like old forest fire areas, and they're just super lush. It's incredible how fast they grow.
I was pretty impressed by that. But yeah, I got to meet a friend who I've been Instagram friends with for, this will be our 10th year being friends.
Fun.
We started being friends back when Instagram first started blowing up, and we were both building our Jeeps and this and that. And like, there was like a whole group of us, which is funny because now half the people like in that original group run the major Jeep pages that have like a couple million followers.
That's funny.
But the hilarity is, back when they first started getting popular, these were kids in high school that didn't even own a Jeep yet. So
Sure.
they would just sit in class and just post all the other Jeeps, and so their feed would grow. Yeah, we met, we hung out.
Had you
had a
not
great
met?
day. Say what?
Had you never met before?
No,
Oh, funny.
no, this is the first time that we met in person. Like, after being basically modern day pen pals for like 9.5 years.
That's funny.
So that was really cool, and got to meet his wife, and Christine got to meet them as well. So we all hung out, really hit it off. And then Sunday, what did we do Sunday? Gosh, I think we recharged on Sunday.
Nice.
Sunday we recharged and then did some cleaning and had some friends over that had been lucky enough to, for the first 3 weeks of this quarantine, they had already had a trip planned to be in Florida. That wasn't supposed to be 3 weeks long, but they just kept extending it because they were with family, and they're like, well, there's nothing going on in the Bay, so we'll just stay.
Yeah.
And then when they finally came back, they stuck around here for like a week or two, and then were invited down to a community that's like an hour and a half east of LA on this lake, and everyone's got like, they're all like Fortune 500 people, like big old lake houses with wake boats and this and that. And so they chilled there for 3 weeks. So they finally came back, and we got to hang out because they're some of our best friends. So that was essentially it. It was an interesting Mother's Day because I think this is my first Mother's Day without like being with my family. And like, we're a pretty close family unit, but I think more than that is in the last year, both of my brothers have also become moms. And so it was like, it felt like the family was doing like a big Mother's Day thing. And now like Christine and I were just kind of not there. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but other than that, it was a great weekend.
All that family's in Florida?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, my youngest brother is actually in Louisiana. He's stationed there for Air Force.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of the family's all in Florida, and mom and dad, they always go over the top. They took the boat out and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for opening up in Florida.
Is it Tampa? Is that where they are?
They're in West Palm Beach.
West Palm.
It's actually the East Coast. It's just north of Miami and Boca and Broward. But crazy enough, my mom said that even like shopping and restaurants are opening this week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff in the news about Florida is for a large extent reopened.
Florida is basically like, we're the last one's closed, the first one's open. We don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Okay, Florida.
We'll see.
Do your thing. We're still doing ours.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend, and man, things are really picking up at the source. Yesterday was like my busiest day ever in practice.
Wow.
Nonetheless, it being in COVID. So, I mean, yeah, we're doing like the social distancing thing, but just like consistently, one thing after another. You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out.
I was reading some. I only saw the headline. I didn't read it, but it was articles. I've seen a couple articles about sort of lockdown fatigue. Like people, it's just been now it's 2 months. Like people are. I know we're taking more calculated risks to go, and that's appropriate to some extent. But yeah, we're all getting tired of doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we're pushing a quarter of the year, Like when you're talking 2 months plus, like we're pushing a quarter of the year. And that's been the tone of a lot of people coming in. The tone's basically been, I feel like shit because I've been stuck inside and like not moving properly. Like the people that their only movement was their morning routine of getting ready for work, going somewhere for lunch, and coming home.
That's my wife.
They have that removed.
That's so funny you say that. That's exactly my wife, who I think I've joked at her expense with everybody at the gym that she doesn't work out. She doesn't, and she's blessed with low body fat. She's never going to be obese, and so she's never going to hit that pain point where she's just got to get her life together.
Right.
She's not.
Christine.
But she was saying, and she's like, I miss just getting my walk from BART to my office.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, how do I get rid of this? She's like, she said, my friend wants to know how she might get rid of on her this. She's like, it's not for me, it's for my friend.
How your friend
won't take my advice. And so long story short, as I said, let's just start going for hikes. Like, it's good for us on so many levels. You're always happier whenever we get out of the house. You know, you'll always complain you're turning into an agoraphobe. And so we went for a nice 2-mile hike. We're right down the hill from the Oakland Zoo. Took all the 4 miles, get a little dirt therapy. It was not difficult, but it's like, let's get into that routine. So, but she is hitting that fatigue of and she was locked down for 3 or 4 weeks before everybody else because her company was.
Oh, wow.
Her CEO, she got laid off, but the CEO is a hypochondriac, and so she was already locked down. Somebody was early exposed within the office, to someone else.
And so
they're just like, nope, you're all telecommute.
Oh, whoa.
She's been home for longer than the rest of us.
Damn. Yeah, so a lot of people are feeling it in their body, and they're also ready to get out. And then they come into the source, and it's just oh my God, there's humans. And they really enjoy it.
The sense of normal that you get when you actually do get an interaction is it's so much more valuable.
Yeah.
I picked up jerk blocks from CrossFit Oakland Uptown last week. They were giving them away, and so I went and picked them up. And we stayed far away, and it's Robin, who I've known her for years.
Uh-huh.
And we're not close or anything, but it was so good to talk to someone new and interact like a real person for the first time in however long. We're going to be very appreciative of our normal-ish lives.
Right. Yeah, people are ready. At least that's what it seems like for us. So, All right, well, it's just you and me today.
Yeah, I don't think Patrick or Jane can meet, so.
That's okay. Let's get it going.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me mute myself.
Nice room, mister. Thank you. All right. Stack your ears over your shoulders. Shoulders over hips. Start to anchor into the ground. Start to anchor into your body. Get heavy. Get those knees nice and soft. Open the chest up. Big decompression breath, tall into the chest, and then squeeze that belly button to the spine. Feel the spine elongate. Feel your chin come back and the back of your head pull away from your sacrum. Another breath in. Hands come up. Curl those fingertips in forward shoulder circles. Really try to reach those knuckles away from the elbow pits away from the armpits, even when the fingers are curled here. Let those hands come forward. Continuing to breathe and continuing to stay anchored into the ground. Checking with your body and seeing what changes as your arms move. Reverse the circle. Pull those scapulas back. Get to the outside, palms rotate up. And we're going to do forward shoulder circles right here. We're going to go up with it. Get to the top, reverse the circle, bring them down. Coming right here and then open and close. Squeeze those hands together, start to get the pecs firing. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back while you're doing this. Good. Next inhale, open to the right. Isometric contraction, slow and controlled. And then on the exhale, hand and head follow. Stretch and reach. Close that back down. Pull the scapulas back, pull the shoulders down, chin back, head up, squeeze the floor, squeeze the hands. Open to the left, hand first. Exhale, hand and head follow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, close it down. Very good. Hands come overhead, sphere of tension. We're going to start with our hands overhead here. First, start to tuck the pelvis in, and then start to reach tall with the back of your head. Big breath in. And now we're going to just push our hips back as we start this hip hinge here. Get nice and deep. Keep those arms overhead. And then come back up. We're going to go down slow again. Creating that sphere of tension in your fingertips, holding that about 5 pounds of pressure. And then come back up. Come back down. Going slow on the way down and kind of hip hinge and fire on the way up. Back down. Feel the stretch. Reach a little bit further. And then come up. Inhale on the way down. And then here we're going to stay at the bottom. We're going to open up to the right. Close it down. Open left. Close it down. Hands come down. Body comes up. Today we're going to do a single leg hip hinge as well. So I think we've done this before last week. Left leg's forward, right leg's back. Left foot is pointed in at about 45 degrees. And then your right foot is also anchored in where the toes are pointed towards the heel. Start here, anchor the pelvis in, tuck that tailbone, squeeze the feet together. Equal amounts of pressure on both feet. This isn't a huge lunge where we're just loading the front. We're going nice and equal to start. Hands come up. Hold that space on the exhale. Hands travel overhead. Hold that space on the exhale. Integrate your posterior chain and start to activate that by squeezing the feet together, by firing the glute, by pulling those shoulder blades down. And now we're going to hip hinge forward, single leg hip hinge. This is where you will start to load that lateral glute in the front leg. And from here, we're going to reach forward and then come back. Reach forward on the inhale, come back on the exhale. We're not going all the way up. We're just going about 6 to 8 inches. Reach forward, come back, forward again, come back, again. We'll do a few more of these. How about 5 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide this back leg out, hands come down. We're going to the world's greatest stretch position. When you get down in this position, start to open that back hip up by trying to bounce the pelvis a little bit. See if you can allow that pelvis to sink just a little bit deeper. See if you can lift the chest up by driving the pelvis forward. So we're not going chest first, chest is secondary. We're going pelvis down, chest up. Open to the left. Inside arm comes up, reach for the sky. Bring it back down. Open to the right. Outside arm comes up. Reach for the sky. Bring that back down. We're going to go back to the left. Open to the left. Hand comes up. Really extend that back heel away from you. Try to fire the quad. Straighten that leg as much as you can. And bring it back down. We're going right. Very good. Bring it back down. Hands come up to the knees. Good. Stand up. Right leg's coming forward. Left leg's coming back. Nice neutral here. Not a deep lunge. Right foot's pointed in about 45 degrees. Left foot's pointed towards that right heel. Start to anchor the pelvis. Start to squeeze the feet together. Start to stack the spine. Pull the chin back. Nice and integrated. Strong stance here. Hands come up on the inhale. Hold it on the exhale. Hands rise on the inhale. And anchor that in even more on the exhale. Nice and strong here. You're doing great. Hip hinge forward. Reach, 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 reach. Keep it straight. And then we're coming up. Going back down. And then coming up. Back down. Come on up. Back down. Coming up. Following your breath, you're continuing to reach those hands to the sky. Keep going down. Back up. Down for 4 more. Back up. 3. And up. 2. Sphere of tension, about 5 pounds of pressure. Keep squeezing the feet together. Last one. And come back up. We're going to go forward one more time. And then here we're going to reach. And then come up. Reach for 2. Reach for 3. 4. 5. We'll do 8. 6. 7. Last one, 8. Hands come down, left leg comes back further, drop into that deep lunge and bounce the pelvis a little bit. Get nice and soft, find where you can lock into that deep straight line and then tuck the pelvis forward and open the chest up. Do that a couple times, feel that whole body open. Good, and we're gonna open up to the inside, right hand first, open. Hold and close. Open to the left. Hold and close. Open to the right. Extend that heel behind you even further. Fire the quads. Fire the hamstrings. Straight, strong leg. And close. Outside hand, last one. Open it up. Nice. Bring it back down. Hands come up on that knee. We're going to stand it up. Going back into our standing position here. Arms come back overhead. And we're rotating the shoulders. Keeping the spine nice and straight. Fingers are interlaced here. Reverse circle. Initiate that motion with the rib cage now. Really feel it in their TL junction, so the bottom of your rib cage, how that rotates on your lumbar. Breathing into the diaphragm, noticing how that changes things, reverse direction. Good, hands come down to your side, hands at the waist, head comes back into extension, down into flexion, back into extension, down into flexion, extension, flexion, back to neutral, lateral bend to the right, neutral, inhale to the left, neutral, go right, and neutral, go left, neutral, right, exhale neutral, inhale left, exhale neutral, inhale rotate to the right, exhale neutral, inhale to the left, exhale neutral, continue to follow your breath back to the right. I like to do this each motion, you're inhaling, every time you go back to neutral, you're exhaling. Reason for that is it gets your chest to rise while you're activating these muscles in your neck. One more to the right. And then if you allow the shoulders to stay tucked down, you can get a deeper stretch. Last one to the left. Back to neutral, head's coming forward on the inhale. Back on the exhale. Forward on the inhale. Back on the exhale. Forward on the inhale. Back on the exhale. Good. Now we're going to rotate the hips. Focusing on the SI joint. Nice wide motion here. Spine staying rather straight. Reverse directions. And now come back to neutral, and I want you to start bending the knees a little bit more of a hula motion here. And what we're doing is we're focusing on those femoral acetabular joints where your femur connects to the ilium in that hips ball and socket joint. So really trying to move the motion through that ball and socket in a circular manner. Reverse directions. It's always the hardest one for me. Oof. Excellent. Now let's go down to the knees, feet come together, and we're rotating counterclockwise. Might get some clicking and popping in the feet. That's okay. It's half the reason why we do this. Change the directions. Excellent. Stack the weight into your left leg. Probably know the routine by now. Hip and knee up to 90. Rotate the ankle. Reverse rotation. Open the hip. Close the hip. Open it again. Close it one more time. Back to neutral. Single leg hip hinge. You got this. Nice and slow. Good and strong. Extend that heel behind you. Let the hands meet the floor. Reach that leg even further. And then bend the knee and reach for the sky. Back to neutral. Slow single leg hip hinge coming up. Foot passes the ground. Knee comes to chest. Excellent. Drop that knee, foot back down. Switch sides. Anchor that right foot in. Left foot comes up to 90-90. Rotate the ankle. Switch rotation. Close the hip down. Open it up. Close it down. Whew. Open it up. Back to 90-90. Single leg hip hinge. Strong and controlled. Extending that leg as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Bend the knee. Reach for the sky. Look under the armpit. Excellent. Straighten the leg back out. Come back to up through a single leg hip hinge. Foot passes the ground. Knee comes to the chest. Excellent. And do a couple squats here. Do a quick squat routine. Feet a little bit past shoulder width apart. Insides of the feet are parallel, which means the toes are pointing out just a little bit. And we're going to go down for 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hold, explode up. 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 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hold on this one. Stay at a 90-90, not too deep. Good integrated squat here. Hands come in front of you. Sphere of tension in front of you. Chest is open, opening up to the right. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, open left. Exhale, close it down. Back to the right. Close it down. Back to the left. Close that down. And we're going to drop down into a kneel position. Left leg's forward, right leg's back. Top of the foot is flat on the ground. Moving into our ground routine here. First, tucking that pelvis, starting to feel the stretch engage on that front hip flexor, and then giving it a nice round roll. So moving the pelvis around, counterclockwise motion to start. Nice and deep into that hip joint. Good, reverse the circle. Perfect, toes curl under. Get a nice strong stance here. And we're going to reach up with our hands on the inhale. Nice and strong and lifted. Inhale one more time. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, reach. Good. Back to neutral. Hand comes down. on that hamstring behind you, right below the glute. Let the foot in front of you stretch forward a little bit further, and we're going to drop into a deep lunge. As you're going into that deep lunge, put your thumbs on your hamstring and actually push that, and actually push that femur down so you can get an even deeper stretch with your thumbs pushing down, opening up that hip joint. Very good. Back to neutral. Switch sides. Starting with the foot flat, top of the foot flat on the ground. Tuck the pelvis. Hands, first we're going to rotate. You're rotating clockwise this time. Rotating into that hip joint. Reverse directions. Woo. Toes come curled. Strong stance position. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, sphere of tension, squeeze them together. One more big inhale. Squeeze the belly button towards the spine. Decompression breath here. Continue to open that hip up by tucking the pelvis forward. Lean to the right on the inhale. Rotate left on the exhale. Reach on the inhale. Good. Come back to neutral on the exhale. Hand comes back down on that pelvis. Foot comes forward a little bit more and drop forward into a deep lunge while you're pushing on that, pushing on the femur. Breathe into that hip. You can fire the glutes a little bit if you want to get a deeper stretch. Excellent, coming back up. We're gonna go to our knee position and get ready to go into your charge position. So we're gonna find the charge position by sitting back on our heels. Toes are curled. We're going into a child's pose. Child's pose position. Allow your hands to reach as far in front of you as you can. Breathe into the low back. Sit back into the heels. Splay the fingertips into the ground. Start to grip into the ground and get ready to charge up into a plank. We're going to charge into a plank. We're going to do a push-up. We're going to come back into the charge and we're going to cycle that through 10 times. All right, here we go. Getting ready to charge, up into a plank, push up, back into a charge. That's one. Plank, push up, charge. 2, plank, push up, charge. 3, plank, push up, charge. 4, plank, push up, charge. 5, plank, push up, charge. Plank, push up, charge. 7, plank, push up, charge. 8, plank, push up, charge. 9, last one, plank, push up, charge. Good. Back into a plank. Hold this plank for just a minute. As you hold this plank, start to check in with your body, noticing how much integrity can you hold in this plank. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the rhomboids. Squeeze the hands into the ground. Squeeze your toes into the ground. Squeeze your hands and toes towards your belly button. Nice crossbody pattern here. Keeping that chin tucked, straight as a plank. Now open up to the right. Very good. Get a little rest here, but while you're resting, you're still staying strong in that side plank. Big breath in. Hand comes down. We're opening to the left. Now we're going to rotate back into our reverse bridge, crab, into our crab. Good crab position here. Left leg comes up on the right knee, or right foot comes up on the left knee. Sorry. Dropping in, stretching that piriformis. Right glute to left heel. Good. Stand it back up. Switch sides. Left foot on top of the right knee. Left glute, right heel. Nice big breath at the bottom. Keep the chest open. Keep the spine neutral. Back up to neutral. We'll do one more time on each side. Follow your breath. Coming back up, going to the right. Inhale on the way down. Exhale and hold. Inhale, come up. All right, right hand's coming up. We're squatting down as that elbow comes forward, and we're standing up and reaching over top. Big lateral body stretch. Inhale, hand comes back forward. We switch sides. Right hand, right elbow, reach. Coming back around, switching sides. Elbow, reach. Good, switching sides. Elbow into that squat, and reach. Good, switching sides one more time. Squat it down, reach it out. And your final switch, squat it down, reach it out. Excellent, go ahead and flip it over one more time. We're coming into a quadruped position here. A little bit more spinal mobility. Inhale, we're coming back into extension, pulling that tailbone up, pulling the chin back. Exhale, we're coming down into flexion, tucking the tailbone, pulling the head all the way down, and feeling that curve through your entire spine. Inhale and extend. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Last one. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Go ahead and curl your toes underneath again. And I want you to, if this is a new one, let me bring my camera down. This is a new one. I just started working on this the other day. You may have done it before if you've done any animal flow. This is a frog press, I believe they call it. So toes are curled underneath. Hands are going to be about a hand's width in front of the knees, so they're rather close to your knees. You can see in my camera here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to lift the knees off the ground, and as we come down into a press, like a frog, knees go out. This is a hip mobility as well as a strengthening exercise going out. Knees go out, and you keep the spine straight, you keep the chin tucked, and you keep the shoulder blades pulled back. Just go as deep as you can while maintaining that spinal integrity, and then come back up. When you come up, knees come in. Knees never touch the ground. We'll do 10. Knees come up. Hold those shoulders back. Drop it down. Knees come out. Come back up. That's 1. Go back down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Excellent. Want to give you something new today? That's a cool one. Really challenging, really different, super unique feeling on the body. All right. Matt, today I want to introduce you to 49 breaths. One, because at least in the live class, it's just you and me, and I think you would really benefit from something like this on maybe a daily basis or whatever. I do 49 breaths very, very often. There was a 2-year period in my life that I did it basically every day. I would only miss a couple of days on the weekends. This is founded by the founder of the chiropractic school that I went to, who was also one of the greatest chiropractors known, did a lot of amazing things, and he attested everything that he did to the energy that he created with 49 breaths. And so 49 breaths is a series of breath work separated by affirmations in between. And so what we'll do is we'll be doing palms up when we're saying affirmations. Affirmations are in the I am statement. And that's not because I'm talking about all the wonderful things that Dylan is, but it's just acknowledging the collective, acknowledging the power of an I am. Then we'll put our palms down.
We'll be doing big diaphragmatic breaths. And so when the palms go down, it's going to be 7, 14, 14, and 14 is the breaths, separated by the affirmations in between, and then I'll be cueing the whole way through. But what those breaths look like is it's a very powerful, full diaphragmatic breath in, and then a forceful push out. So different than the Wim Hof where you just let it go. This one you're forcing it in and out. It looks something like this. Little bit of flexion and extension in the spine to really pull that air in and really push it out. Might get a little loopy. That's kind of the idea, because then when we go into the affirmations, when your palms are up in that receiving position, you're just kind of floating. This is a bit of a blend between breathwork and meditation together. Immediately following it, I'll close it out with a shorter meditation since there's a lot of talking during this breathwork. But yes, one of my favorite tools for staying on purpose. I know it's a big, big thing for you. So let's get into that neutral position. Work out all the kinks. Go on, bud. Find postural ease. Palms are up in the receiving position. Today, I am clear and connected. Clear and connected to my physical body, clear and connected to my soul, and feeling perfect unison between the two. I breathe space into the parts of my body that feels compressed. I allow space for the parts of my soul that is yearning for freedom. I am clear and connected to my purpose. I am clear and connected on my path. I am clear and connected with myself and the people I serve. I am whole. I am complete. I am enough. Palms down, 7 breaths, exercise. Palms up. I am peaceful. I am love. I am tranquility, patience. I am kindness. I am the full embodiment of the feminine energies in this world. I am the full embodiment of being a complete person, and in a complete person, that means that I acknowledge my feminine sides, the gentler sides, the sides of me that are just a little bit more open, a little bit softer. I surrender to the forces of the universe. I surrender to the path that I'm on. I surrender to what happens outside of me that I cannot control. And I choose to control what is happening inside. I recognize that in surrender there is power. Because for the things that I cannot control, if I choose to fight against, I simply lose over and over and over. So I choose to rise above, and in rising above, I choose to surrender. I pick my battles, and I stay connected. I stay soft. I stay grounded in my truth. I approach people with kindness. I approach people with love, with gratitude. Gratitude for the human being that they are. And I recognize that everyone is just doing their best. Everyone is just doing their best with what they have. I allow space for people that are in a sympathetic rampage, seemingly out of control. I see them. I feel for them. And I have gratitude for them continuing to try. It may not look like they try, but they're here and they're trying. I provide space and comfort like a mother does to a child. I remember what that was like for me as I was growing up and learning. I remember what that's like for me right now as an adult continuing to learn. The grace that I desire to be showed to myself when I fuck up, I show to others, whether they desire it or not, because I am tapped into my feminine side and I do allow space. I do give love and connection, peace, tranquility, calmness, kindness, appreciation, quietness. Palms down, 14 breaths, exercise. Palms up. I am also tapped into my masculine power. I am a warrior for truth. I stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. I fight the great fight. I show up. I serve big. I am here to grow and evolve. I'm here to experience more of this life. I chase after my goals like a lion chasing after its prey. I chase after my dreams like an eagle soaring down to capture a fish. I am the leader of my tribe. I am the leader of myself. I do the work. I show up every single day to get better myself so that I can better the people around me. I am supportive. I am a provider. I am a protector. I am tapped in to my inner flame. I am tapped into the power within. I can feel it buzzing through my veins. That power is an endless well of energy. And today I tap into that power. Palms down, 14 breaths, exercise. Palms up. I'm thankful. Thankful for the tools that I have in my life. Thankful for the people I have in my life. I'm thankful for my family, for my friends, for my acquaintances. I'm thankful for the strangers that I get to interact with. I'm thankful I get to go to work. I'm thankful for Zoom, where I get to connect with people across the world and across the city. I'm thankful for adaptations and the ability to continue to adapt. I'm thankful for opportunities and the ability to grow and change and evolve. I'm thankful that this life is not the same thing over and over and over, but that it's constantly changing. I'm thankful for the uniqueness, for the craziness at times. And I'm also thankful for the peace. I'm thankful for the groundedness. I'm thankful for the earth that I can always come back to. I'm thankful for the sky that I can always soar off to. I'm thankful for the power of the mind to transform the body and to transform the emotional state. I'm thankful for the power of the imagination to create the reality that I choose to live in. I'm thankful that as a human being, I get the opportunity to create my life.
thankful for the process, thankful for the journey. I'm thankful for the support and for the inspiration. Today, I move with pure gratitude and thankfulness for everything that I come in contact with, everything that I experience. I do not label things good or bad. I simply say thank you, recognizing that everything is happening for me, nothing is happening to me. For I am the creator of my reality, because I choose to create how I respond to anything that happens. And today I choose to believe that it's happening for the growth and evolution of my mind, body, and soul. Palms down, 14 breaths, exercise. Palms up. And as we close out 49 breaths, we feel the shift in our body. We feel the power of those affirmations coming through, hanging on to the ones that speak truth to you, and letting go of the ones that are not yours right now. Find peace in the body. Relax the forehead. Relax the eyelids, the cheeks. Relax the neck muscles and the shoulders. Allow your body to feel suspended inside and supported outside. Now you allow your body to feel supported inside and suspended outside. Recognize the tethering forces within your body, those that compress and those that suspend. Feel the completeness of the dichotomy, both in your physical being, so that you can feel the completeness of the dichotomy in your mind, in your soul, and in the things you interact with today. Recognize the difference between what is true and what is truth. Recognize the fact that perception can change everything. From one perception, something can feel true, and another it can feel false. But if you flip that perception, the opposite is the way. Recognize that truth is the fact that both exist, merely with different perceptions. And with that known fact, allow your body to feel a little bit more ease. Let go of any tormenting arguments that have been flowing through, whether it be on the internet or with a friend or family member. Surrender to the power of love. Surrender to the power of truth. Surrender to the power of freeing yourself from needing to be right, and feel how that shifts inside of your body. Feel how your heart opens up just a little bit more, how your shoulders relax just a little bit, and that upper trap lets go. Feel how the neck becomes soft as the throat opens up. Feel as there's more ease in the chest and you can breathe just a little bit deeper. Feel the intimate relationship between your thoughts and your physical body. And right here, right now, remember how good this feels. when you're connected with peace and truth and freedom, and you're letting go of ego, you're letting go of any anger, of any sadness, of any frustration, choosing the emotions that serve your body, choosing the thoughts that create those emotions that cascade into a body that feels good to live in. Choosing to be the power and the controller of that which you feel, so that you can attune yourself to experiencing the great things that this life has. Today we will close out breaths and meditation with 2 long ohms. And so what you'll do is you'll allow that breath to fill the lungs, and when you get to the top, whatever tone comes out with a nice long held ohm, just let it go. When you get to the end, we'll breathe in again and we'll do it together one more time. Here we go, full breath in. One more breath in, a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Come back into the physical space. Open your eyes. All right, my friend. Thanks for being here.
Nice. Yeah, that was fun. That different breath work was good.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite ones. That gets me fired up.
Yeah, it's nice to mix it up a little bit and just do something. You can see how it builds one on the other. So
yeah, a little bit of dichotomy here and there. We'll go peace, and then we'll go power. That whole thing.
Variety is great. I love it. I'm loving it.
Brother. All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. See you tomorrow morning.
Have a great day, bud.
You too.
Peace.